Get before me, son. I have a word for you.
The Lord told me to send this word out today, and we're done. The Lord told me to send this word out. He said, tell the people that I need them to be on high alert. The enemy has come to steal, and there will be deaths on a rampage. And I need you to hear this. And when I say deaths, I'm not talking about just simple deaths. I'm serious. This is something that's going to be on a rampage week by week by week by week. Week by week by week by week. I was in prayer.
And the one time I was there, I had like five of my nieces, and they ordered like.
I was in prayer last night. I was in prayer late last night. And I was up to probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning just praying, and I was laid out in the glory of God, and I was just praying. And as I was praying, the Lord showed me a city falling. He showed it to me heavily. He showed me a city falling by the hands of war. I had a dream, I had a vision. As I had this vision, I seen masked men running to houses, and they were knocking on doors, and people were opening the doors, and as they were opening the doors, they were coming in and they were being shot. They were just opening up doors and people were being shot. And and they kept going to house to house to house to house. And as they began to go to house, I even seen people opening up doors and people's throats was getting slit with knives. I seen it last night in a vision. And I said, Lord, what are you showing me? I promise you, when I asked the Lord, what is he showing me? The Lord told me, he said, look up. Right in my room, I looked up and I seen what my roof is white. I seen it black. It was the whole room was black. And it wasn't black because the lights was off. It was black. The whole ceiling was black. And he told me, I said, Lord, why did you have me look at the black ceiling? And God said to me, he said, I don't want you to look at it as a ceiling, Dr. Natasha, but I want you to look at it as the black skies. And he said, in this particular city, there is a black cloud. I'm telling you, pay attention to the news. Pay attention to what's coming up. I'm telling you, there's a black cloud that's going to hover over the city. And that's going to be the sign that death is on the hand. And you ought to be high alert. And the way you can be high alert is to be wrapped up in the glory of God. He did not show me the city, but I seen a city and I seen it. God said death is on the high rage right now. Death is on the high rage. Death is on the high rage. Death in the natural and death in the spirit. Oh, it is not. It is not. It is not. Y'all better hear me. It is not just. Woo, Jesus. It is not just a simple thing that is happening. It's something that is coming, and it's over the land right now. I'm telling you, man. Don't let don't let this thing take you out without being covered in the glory of God. The Father wants to cover you. And if it's no time for this time, it's time for it right now. God says, get up, oil your shields, oil your prayer lives. I'm done, y'all. Oil your fasting lives. Oil it up.
The big news making international headlines: a nuclear-powered Russian submarine and 3 Russian ships arrived in Cuba today. What are these warships doing so close to the United States? CBS's David Martin reports tonight from the Pentagon.
Having passed just 30 miles off Florida, a 4-ship Russian flotilla pulled into Havana today, led by a warship and a submarine, both armed with guided missiles, and greeted by a 21-gun salute. While the submarine is nuclear-powered, U.S. officials say there's no indication it is carrying nuclear weapons.
We, of course, take it seriously, but these exercises don't pose a threat to the United States.
It's not the first time Russian warships have pulled into Cuba, but U.S. officials say this appears intended by Vladimir Putin as a high-profile response to the Biden administration's support for Ukraine. The frigate has been used in the past to test one of Russia's newest hypersonic missiles.
We're always constantly going to monitor any foreign vessels operating near U.S. territorial waters.
2 American destroyers plus 2 ships specially equipped with sonar for tracking the submarine, along with Navy patrol planes, even sail drones, shadowed the Russian flotilla as it made its way across the Atlantic into the Caribbean. The Russian ships are expected to remain in Havana until next week before getting underway again, perhaps for Venezuela. When they do, officials say, the U.S. Navy will start shadowing them again. A nuclear-powered submarine in Havana evokes memories of the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, but National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said today there is no evidence Russia is transferring nuclear missiles to Cuba. Nora?
But everybody watching very closely. David Martin, thank you.